Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 20. Harrogate Town AFC 2, Wrexham AFC 2. Yes, it's a draw. It is a draw. And all the BS pundit points you want to say, it's dropped 2 points, it's tail 2 halves, and all it is. But we're going to stick to the positive because that is 4 points in 6. And it's not easy coming off a Saturday. Yes, we wanted to come off that high win and keep going. I said it. Everyone said it. Got a 6-0 win and against Stanley, and we wanted to go in and have another win, but it didn't happen. But that said, it's 4 out of 6. Go away to Harrogate Town. They didn't have a great home record, but they played better than us in the second half, and that's unfortunate. But listen to Parkinson and his comments after the game, and this is how it goes. That's football, and we're going to dive into it a little bit. We're going to stick to the positives here. We got 4 points out of 6, and the good news is, and we'll talk about it a little later, is that we kept pace with everyone else. We had a couple positives go around us with draws and losses at the time. So it was not a bad time to take a draw, even though it could have been a W. So look at it. Look at the positives. Let's look at the positives. I know it hurts. It's not going to shift through the gears. We're going to go through second gear, first gear. Andy Cannon's goal in the 37th minute. Elliott Lee, Johnny on the spot goal after Mullins' little acrobatic little touch. And we're flying. That's what it looks like in the first half, and we felt great. We're having to watch along. Everyone's going crazy. I'm going crazy. We're loving it. It's fantastic. That's it. Got kicked in the gut. Never want to give up a goal in the first half. Right before halftime, Cornelius puts one in the back of the net, passes it in. Okonkwo, nothing you can do about it. We lost our heads a little bit. Ball bounces in front of Mendy. It's free ball, and then passes it in. Boom, back of the net. That happens. That said, Evans, he could have come back with a worldie. Went off the post, at the bar, but that's okay. That's the first half, and that's how things go. And I want to really stay for the facts that, like, be positive and look where we are in the table, and let's keep going forward. Fortunately, in that first half, Okonkwo took a knock to the face from his own man. It was not. He got put. I think it actually was Andy Cannon. I can be corrected. Or no, it was O'Connor. The great stash was accidentally pushed into Okonkwo. And his jaw got a little bloodied there. Tried to tough it out. Took a couple of Advil, and he came off at halftime. And Mark came on. So we need to watch him. Haven't seen anything or heard anything what happened to him afterwards. But he did come off at halftime, and Mark Howard did come on. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So that said, diving into it, that was halftime. 2-2 go. 2-2 was the score, but halftime going in 2-1's never easy. Never want to give that up. And again, I want to talk about the tale of 2 halves and all those things, but it happens. We got knocked in the mouth by Anthony O'Connor. It was a free kick. It was a free kick on the side. Our defense kind of lost our way a little bit there. The ball kind of snuck in. I think it was Hayden who lost his man, and Anthony O'Connor put it in, headed to the back of the net. This is not Mark's fault. Mark Howard just came on, but still, it's not his fault. We were playing well in that first half, and in the second half, once they got that second goal, they seemed to go in another gear, and we couldn't match it. We matched it at times, but our passing was a little off. Our midfield wasn't as solid as it needed to be, although I thought Evans had a really good game. And I thought on our set pieces, they were not great, and on that goal, we're not great. But I would say, listen, this happens. And that's football. Like I said earlier, that's football. This happens. What I want to see, and what I want to see is more consistency. Like, we have a 6-0 win, and then we have a 2-2 draw, which is not horrible. Like I said, it's not horrible. A draw away at this time of the season is not anything to panic about. So we shouldn't be panicking. And that's one of the things that, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. It's a long season. We're going into 2 cup matches before we get back into the league. Think about that. We're having 2 cup matches, one on Sunday on the 3rd against Yeovil, and then Bristol Street Rovers after that. And who's that playing? Sorry, let me just check my notes here. Bristol Street Rovers were playing, and that is against Burton Albion. Okay, both home games. And then we're going away to Forest Green on December 9th. It is November 29th right now. It's a long season. Good about that. We have almost 2 weeks till we hit another home. So we hit another game back in the league. we could get players back from the injuries and people to recover. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I don't want to say like, oh, it's the 2 points drop. Should have done better. We should have done better. But in this league, League Two, it's great. It's great that we're still keeping pace. Now, let's talk about why this isn't that bad of a draw. Yes, we don't want to go ahead two goals and then lose those and then have them battle back. But it is what it is. They were up for it. Harrogate Town, fair play to them. They were up for it. And they were sloppy goals, and we gave them up, but that's it. But here's why it's not horrible. Here's why it is not horrible. And we're going to walk through what happened on the weekend, okay? Let's look at the table. So a little table talk, little scores. Stockport drew 42 points. They drew 0-0 to Salford, okay? They've been flying, and they drew, okay? So they have 42 points. We're at 37 points. We drew. We're still in second place. Third place is Barrow. This is the highlight I want to look at. We can probably do a little bit of deep dive in on them. They won 5 on the bounce. Barrow beat Walsall 2-0. They have 37 points. We need to look at them. 5 on the bounce ain't bad. So they're tied with us on 37 points. So our record is 10-7-3. Their record is 10-7-3. We both have the same goal diff at 11. Goals against for us is 31. Theirs is 16. So Barrow is somebody we need to keep an eye out for. So what happened on the weekend, didn't hurt us. After that, Mansfield Town drew 2-2 with Tranmere Rovers. Okay, red card in that game. So on Tranmere. So they drew. Crewe Alexander drew with Sutton. Okay, 1-1. Notts won. They're in 6th place. They beat Crawley. But look at it. Let's look at this top. After drawing in a game we should have won, fair play, we should have won. We were up. We should have shifted through those gears and done that. But we didn't have our best game in that second half. Fine. Okay. It's Stockport 42, Wrexham 37, Barrow 37. That's the hot team right now. That's the hot team. Mansfield at 36, Crewe at 36, Notts at 36, and then Gillingham's in 7th at 31. It's not a bad point. It's not a bad point. Let's not get crazy. It's not a bad point. I'm really everyone kind of panics and looks at it as like, oh, we dropped 2 points. It's fine. So fair play to Harrogate Town stepping up and getting in there and getting stuck in. I thought they made the game sloppy for us. I thought they rushed us in the midfield. I thought we couldn't get a hold of the game. Like I said, our passing wasn't that great, but we just didn't hit that extra gear. When you bookend a goal at 45 and 52? I don't know when did they score that other goal? Let's check it real quick. They scored their goals at 45 and 47. Okay, you're bookending right there. 2 goals between it's a gut kick and a gut kick, and we don't bounce back. That's it happens. I'm not saying we don't have the mentality to battle back because we do. Look at the games we won. Look at the draws we've had coming back 5-5, all those things. So that happens. We just weren't able to get up there and keep going. Fair play. So it's a draw, 2-2. Kept pace. Things happened around us that didn't make it look worse. It could have been worse if people won around us. They had a record attendance at Environment Stadium at 3,767 fans. Don't have the away fans, but 3,767 fans. It's their away record. It's fantastic for the league and for us and for what we're doing here. Parkinson's going to bring them back. We got Yeovil Town on Sunday. Remember, that's Sunday. We're doing watch along for that. So again, want to shout out to everybody. Mike, Just Fraz, Andrew coming on for the watch alongs. It's been fun. It's been fantastic. We're going to do more of it and keep going. So I want to shout out to them. But yeah, we have a game on Sunday, and it's on ESPN Plus. We're going to watch it. 7:45 kickoff here, 3:45 kickoff on UK. We're going to have that halftime call-in, full-time call-in. Maybe if people stick around, we'll do that, but definitely halftime call-in. But this is an FA Cup weekend against Yeovil. But we're fighting to keep pace, and I think it's great. So it's Yeovil, Bristol Street Rovers on Tuesday, the 5th, and we're back in the league on the 9th at Forest Green, who are in 23rd. So, okay, fair. Let's get back in. Let's get rid of this. Not get rid. Let's go through the FA Cup and the Bristol Street Rovers games, and let's get back into the league. So points not bad. Let's not get crazy. And really proud of the lads. So that's your Wrexham reaction. A lot more we can talk about. We'll be up. We'll do a preview for the weekend game. Might do a link up with some of the other lads that came on the weekend as well. Maybe talk to Mike doing that, but do a preview show with them. But appreciate it. Let's not get crazy. That's your Wrexham reaction. Harrogate Town 2, Wrexham 2. Up to town. Let's go. Let's let it rip. I'll see you all on Sunday.